All right, let's get right to the chase on a lot of people are calling the next big thing in electric cars.
Definitely. We're talking about solid-state batteries.
Exactly. Something that could really change how you think about owning an EV. Promises of much better range, faster charging, maybe even safer batteries.
That's the core idea.
Imagine an electric car driving, say, New York to Cleveland, over 600 miles, maybe, on one charge,
Yeah.
and then getting like 80% back in the time it takes to grab a coffee. Sounds a bit sci-fi, right?
That sounds ambitious, but it's closer than you might think. Solid state isn't just a small step up from current lithium-ion. Well, it's a whole different approach.
How so?
Well, the main thing is replacing that liquid electrolyte, the stuff that can be flammable, with a solid material.
Ah, okay. So that addresses the safety aspect right away.
Right. But that's just the beginning. Using a solid opens the door to packing way more energy into the same space, or even less space.
Yeah.
Higher energy density.
Which means longer range.
Longer range, exactly, and potentially much, much faster charging. Plus, they might even last longer overall.
Okay, so the tech itself is fascinating. But for this deep dive, we're focusing on one specific player, right? Mercedes-Benz.
That's the plan. Because they're not just, watching from the sidelines. They're investing heavily in this.
Yeah, we found this really detailed article on InsideEves.it called Mercedes, the Solid-State Battery Future. It lays out their whole strategy.
Precisely. So our mission today, for you listening, is to really dig into what Mercedes is doing here. We want to unpack their partnerships, look at the specific tech they're betting on.
You figure out what it actually means for the cars we might be driving, maybe sooner than we think.
Exactly. It's not just the what, but the why. Why does this matter for Mercedes, for the whole industry, and ultimately for you?
Right. So Mercedes has this big vision for their electric future. They're clearly committed to solid state. Why? What's driving this deep commitment? Is it just R&D, or are they really banking on this?
Oh, it's way more than just R&D. It's absolutely a cornerstone of their long-term electrification plan. Mercedes sees solid-state tech as, well, essential for their future EVs.
Essential how?
To keep that edge. They're a luxury brand. Performance matters. In an all-electric world, battery tech is performance. Range, charging speed. That's key.
So they need the best batteries to stay on top.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
This isn't just exploring possibilities. It's a serious investment aimed at getting this tech into cars. It's about differentiating themselves, meeting what customers will expect from a premium EV. It's strategic for the long haul.
Okay, that makes sense. But building this kind of revolutionary tech, especially something as complex as solid-state batteries, they can't be doing it all in-house, surely. You mentioned partnerships.
No, absolutely not. They bring huge engineering muscle, obviously, but developing a whole new battery chemistry that needs specialized know-how.
So who are they working with? Big established companies, or?
Mostly innovative startups, actually. They have two main collaborations that are really central to their solid-state push.
Okay, tell us about the first one.
First up is Factorial Energy. They're a U.S.-based startup.
Factorial. Got it. What's their angle?
Their big thing is a unique solid electrolyte material, the key. It allows for high energy density, but critically, it works safely at room temperature.
Oh, that's interesting, because some solid-state designs need heat, right?
Exactly. Many need to be pretty warm to work well, which adds complexity, weight, uses energy. It's a hassle. Factorial's approach potentially gets around that.
Simpler, lighter, more efficient battery packs, then.
That's the idea. And Mercedes isn't just reading their papers. They're actively testing Factorial cells in their own labs.
Really? What's the timeline look like there?
They're aiming to have a prototype module with Factorial's tech ready for testing in vehicles by 2026. So, yeah, moving pretty fast.
2026. Wow. Okay, that's one partner. Who's the other? A different approach.
Yeah, the second key partner is Prologium. They're based in Taiwan.
Prologium. Okay.
Mercedes made a big strategic investment in them back in 2022. So again, serious commitment.
And what's Prologium's specialty?
Their focus is more on ceramic solid electrolytes. It's a different material science path, but also aiming for that high performance.
Ceramic. Interesting. What are the potential benefits there?
Ceramics can offer really good stability and conductivity. That's crucial for hitting those ultra-fast charging goals and ensuring the battery lasts a long time.
So maybe better for charge speed and lifespan, potentially.
Potentially, yeah. It's about exploring different promising avenues. And the timeline here seems even more aggressive in some ways. They're talking about getting the first test vehicles with Prologium batteries on the road in the next few years.
The next few years. That's very soon.
It is. It shows Mercedes is hedging its bets a bit, maybe. pushing forward on multiple fronts to see which solid-state chemistry really delivers for automotive use.
Right, covering their bases. Okay, so we know what the tech and the partners, but let's talk payoff. For someone thinking about buying an EV in the future, what does this actually translate to? What are the numbers Mercedes is aiming for?
Yeah, this is where it gets really exciting. The targets they've set are, well, they're ambitious, truly game-changing if they hit them.
When might we see these in actual cars on the road?
They're targeting integration into some models, likely the higher-end ones first, by
Yeah.
the end of the decade. So roughly around 2030 seems realistic for the first customer cars.
Okay, 2030. And the performance, let's hear the numbers.
Okay, first, range, the big one. Mercedes is aiming for cars that can go over 1,000 kilometers on a single charge.
1,000 kilometers. What's that in miles?
That's about 620 miles.
Wow, 620 miles.
Yeah.
That's huge. That basically kills range anxiety for most people, doesn't it?
It really does. Think about it. That's more than double what many top EVs offer today. It rivals gasoline cars.
Mm.
Imagine driving from, say, London to Edinburgh and still having range left over.
Yeah, that changes everything for long trips. I remember my first EV road trip, constantly planning stops.
Exactly, 620 miles.
Yeah.
That freedom is what people want. It makes EVs viable pretty much anywhere, not just cities.
Okay, range is incredible. What about charging? Still need to wait an hour at a fast charger.
Nope. That's the other massive target. They're envisioning ultra-fast charging. The goal is getting an 80% charge in just 10 to 15 minutes.
10 to 15 minutes? Seriously?
Seriously. Like a quick coffee break or a pit stop on the motorway, you plug in, grab something, come back, and you've got hundreds of miles of range added.
That makes EVs incredibly convenient, almost more convenient than finding a gas station sometimes.
That's the idea. It removes another major barrier for people considering the switch. Now, it's important to remember, this tech will likely debut in their premium long-range models first.
Right. It won't be in every single Mercedes overnight.
No, it'll probably cascade down over time.
Yeah.
But it sets a new benchmark.
Okay, this all sounds amazing. 600 plus mile range, 15-minute charging. That feels like the EV dream. But cutting edge tech always has hurdles, right? It can't be that easy. What are the roadblocks here?
You're right. It's definitely not easy. There are some significant challenges to overcome before solid-state batteries are everywhere. That's why we don't have them widely yet, despite the promise.
Like, what's the tricky part?
Well, probably the biggest one is scalability.
Mhm.
Making these things work in a lab is one thing.
Right.
Making millions of them reliably and affordably for cars, that's a whole different ballgame. It requires completely new manufacturing processes, new supply chains. It's a massive industrial challenge.
Building whole new factories, basically.
Essentially, yeah. And linked to that is cost. Right now, the advanced materials and precision manufacturing needed make solid-state batteries pretty expensive compared to current lithium-ion.
So the first cars with them will likely be quite pricey.
Almost certainly. Getting the cost down through scale and efficiency is crucial, but it takes time.
Okay. Manufacturing and cost. Any technical gremlins still hiding in the works?
There are still things being worked on. Durability over many, many charge cycles is one. Making sure the connections between solid parts stay stable over years of use.
Right, you don't want performance degrading quickly.
Exactly. And preventing things like dendrites, tiny metallic spikes that can grow and cause short circuits. It's still an area of intense research for some solid-state designs. Making sure they work reliably in extreme heat and cold is another piece of the puzzle.
And what about when they reach the end of their life? Recycling.
That's another big question. We have systems for recycling lithium-ion, but solid-state uses different materials in construction. We'll need new methods to recover valuable materials efficiently and safely. It's complex.
So yeah, definitely not a simple switch, but Mercedes seems confident. Putting prototypes in cars by 2026, aiming for 2030 launch.
It shows they believe these challenges are solvable. The level of investment from them and others suggests real momentum. They're tackling these hurdles aggressively.
Okay, so wrapping this up, it's clear Mercedes has this really focused vision. Solid-state batteries are central to their electric future. They've got these key partnerships with Factorial and Prologium pushing the tech forward. And the promise is huge. That 600-plus mile range, the super fast charging. It could really redefine the EV experience.
It feels less like an if and more like a when, doesn't it? Especially for those premium segments to start.
Yeah. How quickly it moves from those top-end cars to more mainstream ones will be interesting to watch.
And if you think about the bigger picture, It raises a fascinating question, doesn't it? When a major player like Mercedes starts rolling out cars with this kind of performance, how does that push the entire industry?
You mean forcing competitors to catch up?
Exactly. But also, what new possibilities does it open up for charging infrastructure, maybe even how cities are designed, or what the cars themselves look like if the battery constraints change so dramatically?
Yeah. Stuff we haven't even really thought about yet. The ripple effects could be massive.
It's definitely something to keep an eye on. The whole ecosystem could shift.
Absolutely. Well, that was a great deep dive. Really fascinating stuff happening there. If you found this valuable, if you enjoyed digging into this with us, definitely hit that like button.
Yeah, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.
It genuinely helps us keep bringing you these kinds of insights, exploring where technology is headed next. Thanks for joining us.